Hello and welcome back. Today I'm doing another ink sample review, and the one I have this time, it's from a Sailor and it's called Manyo Nadeshiko. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I got this from Goulet Pens. They have a lot of really nice samples over there. So let me go ahead and open this up and put it in the holder. And we're going to do a swatch card first, and then I will test it on different kinds of papers. So let's get that going. This is a really pretty blue so far. I haven't tried this one. Okay, so I'm seeing a little bit of pink in there. So I wonder if this is one of their, like, I think they're called dual shading. It's when you got two different colors. It's like a pinky blue. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, let me just rinse this off real quick. It's a very pretty color. I noticed that I really do like most of Sailor's inks. Let me get this in the right spot. There we go. Oops. Might have to tilt this one. Okay. This is Manyo. By Sailor. They have some very pretty inks. So let's set that aside to dry. Still a little bit liquid, and I'm going to start with copy paper because not everybody has fancy fountain pen paper, and we want to see how these inks perform on a variety of papers. So let's stick that in there. Let's go ahead. Okay. It's very pretty, even on the copy paper. Right now it just looks blue, or like maybe like a purpley blue. Just a little bit. This is copy paper. Seems to flow nice on the paper. I don't know, it looks like there might be a tiny bit of feathering, but other than that, very pretty color. This is what I would consider like a work safe color. It's just blue, and it's not crazy or anything. But I don't know about that feathering, if that would, you know, be a problem at work. It'd be fine for taking notes or something if that's the color that you like. But because this ink seems to have some additional properties, it might be fun to use it on something else so that you could see those properties. Let's see how it works on this HP 32 paper. And of course it feels a lot smoother because this paper is smoother. And this is HP 32. I want to try some slow lines to see if we get any shading. So right now it still looks about the same. It's got that kind of purpley blue color to it. We'll see how it looks when it dries, see if we see any other properties. It looks like there is a tiny bit of shading here in the writing maybe. I'll give that a moment, and then we will try this on Tomo River paper as well. And this paper is great for fountain pens, in my opinion. Seems to really show off all the fun properties of the different inks that I've tried. Let's go ahead and dip that in there. And we'll draw some squiggles. It takes a second for me to find the right spot to write on this glass pen sometimes. Glass pens typically have like a smooth side and a scratchy side just because of how they're made. Sometimes I accidentally pick the scratchy side first. And this is Tomo River. So like I said, this is a really pretty kind of a purpley blue. Whoops. Helps if I actually touch the paper when I write. Okay, yep, and you are seeing a lot more shading on this for sure. The Tomoe River definitely looks like the ink is performing a lot better on that. All right, let's get this over here. I'm going to close this cap so it doesn't dry out. Okay, let's take a look real fast and see how that looks so far. Okay, so on this Tomoe River paper, there is definitely some shading here in the writing that you can see. It's pretty obvious, which is good because this will be a really nice ink to write with if you like shading. And up in here where we did the little splotches, you can see the pink kind of separating out from the blue a little bit. And so you do get to see more of the shading, and I guess this would be considered like a two-color shading ink, perhaps. I don't know enough about inks to really know for sure, but that's how it looks to me because you can definitely clearly see the pink in there. Very, very pretty. Let's look at the swatch real quick and see how that is doing. Okay, so in these little swirls here, this one, it looks more blue, and this over here looks more purple. So you are seeing both colors, which is really pretty. And you can see the purple and the blue and the pink kind of separating. And down here you've got this beautiful shading on the writing. So I think this is a really, really nice shading ink. Very pretty. Let me get these together again, and we'll look at them all side by side. So here is the copy paper. A little bit of feathering, but not too bad. Very pretty purpley toned blue. And there is actually some shading down here in the writing, even though this is just copy paper. So if you want something that'll shade on copy paper, this might be a good choice. We got this HP 32. And just like before, you can see some shading down here. No feathering. And really pretty bold color up here in these swatches. The color is, when you compare that to the copy paper, you can see it's much more like saturated and just a very nice even color. And then on the Tomoe River, you see a lot more of the shading. And down here you see more shading in the writing. And the color is, although it's still very saturated, it's separating. And you can see the shading like up in here and just, so the ink seems to do a lot more performing on this Tomoe River paper, but on these papers you still get very, very nice shading and effects, and especially on the HP 32 you get some, really nice rich color. So this is one that actually is performing very well, a little bit differently, but very well on all three papers. So that's why I like to test these things. And then here's that swatch one more time. So you can see it compared to the writing on the Tomoe River. It's very similar. Very pretty ink. So if you like this, if I could find a link to it, I'll leave you a link below. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe so you can see more. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.